to Puppet Master 5, 1994. The puppets battle their most powerful enemy yet as they protect their new master from the demon god that created the secret of life. Directed by Jeff Burr and written by Jeff E. Carr, Joe Duffy, and Todd Henschel. Jeff Burr actually has a pretty cool IMDb. He did Stepfather 2, which I believe is called Make Room for Daddy or something like that. Maybe that's the tagline. He also did Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, Pumpkinhead 2. Of course, he did Puppet Master 4 because 4 and 5 were supposed to be like a reboot, I think. One movie. And then he did Puppet Master Blitzkrieg Massacre, among many others that sounded interesting. The only thing I don't like about Puppet Master 4 and 5, aside from the demon's poofy nips, he's got these these big, weird, cross-eyed, poofy nips. Is that since they are good guys in these two movies, they never kill a human. Like they might hit them with something, knock them out, whatever, but all of the real killing humans is just reserved for the demons, those demon creatures. So it kind of takes away what you want to see these puppets do, which is use their abilities to attack people. Like that's just kind of what I thought this is missing. I like the shitty effect that happens a couple times when Decapitron has like a person's face.
Oh, it morphs into Toulon.
It is so full. It is so full moon.
Oh
It
yeah.
is like it's it's like if I saw that, just that scene of a person's face, Toulon or whatever, just that, I would be like, that's a full moon movie. Like I would if even if I didn't know it would, I mean, I would assume it's Puppet Master, but
Did they? It was like they didn't attempt to edit it to fit at all. It just was like
No, it was
green
just it's
screen, cut
cheap
and
movie.
paste.
yeah,
Yeah,
Full
they were
moon,
just
man.
they just give you the general idea.
yeah,
So
You get it. Yeah, they're like, you
yeah.
get
I got it.
it. Move
Yeah,
on.
yeah, but yeah, I don't think you really get to see the Puppet Master guys use their abilities in cool ways very much in these, and I don't know how much I like the puppet on puppet battles. Um, but I think this was an effort to cash in on Gremlins a little bit, like try to turn these Puppet Master puppets into good guys, and then there's these bad kind of gremlin-y looking things that they're fighting. I don't know. I just assume that that's the way productions work, especially like Full Moon. They're like going to try to make money where they can off of whatever's popular. Um, but like why else would the demons be so minuscule and underpowered? Like these demons are kind of pussies, like a little bit. A regular sized human, I mean, they're little.
Right?
yeah,
You could fucking punt those things.
They're like
yeah.
arbitrarily small demons. It doesn't make sense. Um, this certainly is not my favorite story arc in the franchise, but I don't think it's a bad time. It does this weird kind of comic book thing where it turns them into something they're not really supposed to ever be, and I don't think that's why it didn't work. But it's a valiant effort to take things in a different direction, and the way that they have the puppets moving, they've got it down. I mean, I don't think that aside from Littlest Reich, the movement of the puppets in general gets better than this. But maybe I'm wrong. John, what do you think?
So I remember watching these when I was a kid. I actually had to, I before I watched this, I rewatched four because I hadn't seen it in
Mhm.
forever. I just remembered liking that the fact that they turned them into kind of good guys,
Yeah.
Yeah.
little anti-heroes. I like that personally. Like that not to not keep them that way forever, but like their own little set of movies.
Don't
You
you
know,
think though that
people
they
love the
should
film.
have made them good guys? But yeah, those bad dudes, like the guy from Pulp Fiction and that
Mhm.
crew of bad guys, they could have killed those guys, right?
Yeah.
Like, come on,
Yeah.
give me something.
But I like that little fun superhero sci-fi aspect of it. I liked the kid. That was Rick.
Yeah.
Is that his name? Rick. I liked him. I thought he was a fun, just 90s guy. His girlfriend was cool. I didn't, and that one dude was he overplayed so much that in part 4 that his friend that was there to
Yeah.
like steal his shit, overly douchey.
Mhm.
But I really liked where they went with this personally, just because I thought it was really, really cool when I was a kid. Now, some of it didn't hold up, like the demons. I was like, I found myself wishing, like, why isn't like the main guy just gonna come up here? They can puppet him on a
Right.
I was like, they've done worse effects. Like they could
Mhm.
just do something, make something happen. But he just said like well, they what it probably was they didn't have the budget. Who knows how big that guy actually was?
Right.
That puppet actually was. So who knows if it would have been capable without falling apart. And they need it for the rest of the movie. But I liked how it was like it just had like a little cape that was like a little
Yeah.
cape with sparkles. That was like that's what made this one was this was like the Mecha Godzilla of the demons. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
this, you know.
Yeah,
Um,
it did look exactly like the other
it
ones.
was. Maybe his spikes were a little bit longer,
Yeah.
but it wasn't like a difference of Shredder to Super Shredder.
Yeah, and there was only one in this one, and in the previous and 4, there's 2, right?
No, there were like 3.
Really?
Because remember when they died, the like demons that they represented in hell or
Okay.
whatever, like
Okay, you're right.
melted or something. Like they did what this guy did. They transferred their shit and their souls and or their energy or whatever. They
Right.
tied their life to them, and when those dolls died, they died. And I was like,
Mhm.
well, you guys backed the wrong horse 4 fucking times. Jeez, did you not learn? Like
Yeah, it is weird that that demon didn't just come up instead of instead of he was putting himself in a smaller demon.
Yeah.
right.
Weird. I didn't even think
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, but it bummed me out Torch wasn't showcased a little bit. He could have took them all out. He's got fired.
Yeah.
He's like Pinhead's Pinhead's my personal favorite, followed by the Jester. And then
I didn't think they didn't
Torch.
give 6-shooter enough attention at
No,
all.
the fuck
Yeah.
they did not.
And
I'm like, he's got
he's
guns.
super
The
cool.
hell?
did he shoot him? I don't really even
He
remember.
did like
dude.
a couple
Yeah, he
times.
did. Yeah.
I remember him
couple
laughing
times.
because that's my favorite part about that character is that little
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was really cool. But it would have been really cool to see like some more action with him. I don't know what the you already have the puppets and stuff. I just I guess time it takes even to like puppet them from behind.
Yeah.
Outside of stop motion takes time, but but you're right. They had the movements down pat. It's part 5. We know how to move these puppets. One thing that bugged me, I wonder why did they have to reactivate the Capitron?
They
It
put
was
him
only a
away.
couple days.
They
It was
put him
only a
away.
couple-
They boxed him up.
Yeah, but like, did he stop working in a couple days?
I think that they got to make a big deal. He likes to make an entrance. He's kind of like James Brown. They want to really.
But I still like Decapitron. I thought he was I remember seeing him in like the Exchange or Spencer's when it was new.
Right.
When he was new, Spencer's had all the full moon stuff. I like that smooth, almost face.
Mm-hmm.
I like I'm almost a blank mannequin face. It's just a really cool look.
And why is he so fucking special too? They make him out to be like he's real special. They keep him in a special case. He doesn't seem any more powerful than any of the other ones.
He's got different heads that can do different things.
I guess.
That's like honestly, that's pretty much like his little like that was his thing in part 4
Mm.
where he zapped a demon a couple times at the end when he like hulked out. It's cool. But yeah, this was still a fun one. 13-year-old me would have gave this a 10. 41-year-old me though is gonna give it like a 7. Like
It's
it's
respectable.
I
Yeah.
remember really liking it, and I watching it now, I still really liked it. But there's way better movies out there.
There's better puppet masters. Ray, what's your thoughts?
Littlest Reich is so good.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
I had never seen this one. Like I said, I'd only seen up to part 3, so I
Hmm.
watched this. I liked that it had the recap. I was going to watch 4, and Frank's like, it's got a recap, so you're good to
Yeah.
go. So I watched that, and I had a good time. I liked this. It was interesting because, like I said, in the first 3, you guys have already touched on it. They're not good guys, you know. The puppets
Yeah.
aren't heroes in those.
In 3, I feel like they started
A little bit.
A
They
little
made
bit, but
Mulan less murdery.
Well, they go
Yeah.
back and forth with him too, because in some of them, he's a fucking bad guy. In Littlest Reich,
Oh,
he is a
he's
terrible
evil.
Nazi.
Oh,
But in
yeah.
other ones, he's a good guy. And it's like, which way are you going, guys?
yeah,
it's like a multiverse of Puppet Master movies. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like some things happen this universe, and
I thought the puppets looked great. I really liked the puppet with the giant hands. He
Pinhead.
just made me
Pinhead,
he
yeah.
made me
Yeah.
laugh all the time.
Oh, he's great.
And that he was constantly oogling the guy's girlfriend, and even so, she makes a comment at the end where she's like, "Hey, don't watch me when I'm in the shower or whatever, you know, don't peek." And
Yeah.
the that was my biggest problem with this movie was the demon stuff.
Yeah.
Like it had just been those guys coming to get him and they fucked him up would have been amazing. But this side demon thing the demon to me looked like a Power Ranger extra, you know?
Yeah. Or like a
And-
Guyver villain or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And I kept waiting for, like you guys were saying, for it to morph into something relevant to the other part of the story, you know? Like he's giving his soul to this thing. Well, what's it do? Same shit as the other one that just got fucked up. So what's the point?
Yeah.
But I had fun watching this. The acting was really bad, if I'm being honest. I
Oh, it's
mean,
full moon. I mean,
yeah,
Yeah.
but it was
It-
bad in
it-
that way I like. It reminded me of being a kid, you know, those
Mhm.
90s direct-to-video movies that we all enjoy,
Oh, yeah.
which I imagine this was. So, right? I would imagine.
Oh yeah, this
Oh, for sure. For
Yeah,
sure.
it's not 94. I looked it up as
I
when it
think
came out.
only part 1 got theatrical.
probably this
Maybe
was based
Yeah.
on what I read. It seemed like 4 and 5 were kind of a production nightmare. It seemed like they didn't end up doing what they wanted to do with it. The writers, this is the only thing that these writers ever did was 4 and 5, and maybe that killed their ambition to write shit.
Yeah.
Like
maybe.
Because I did like we said, I liked the setup for it. I just didn't like the payoff, and I didn't think it was terrible or anything. I had fun watching it, but when it was over, I was like, man, I expected just a little bit more out of this.
Yeah.
You know, but like the puppet, like we said, the animation, come for the animation, because Jesus, those little puppet guys, they run around and you forget they're stop motion or being controlled, you know. They feel like they have their own personalities, which is really hard to do in that kind of stuff, you know.
Oh yeah.
And like I said, I don't think that the main kid was all that great of an actor, but I was rooting for him through the thing, because I felt like, I'm like, yeah, he's a dork. He's a 90s dork, you know. So
Yeah, I was like, that's enough. He's a
yeah.
nice guy.
And but it did feel a little bit like a TV movie to me. It didn't have the gore level I was expecting for something of this, you know, subject matter. And I was disappointed when the guy from not Kill Bill, from Pulp Fiction and Deadwood, he comes back out, or a couple other movies he was in. I forget the other movies he was in, but he comes back out. I thought he was dead. I was like, oh, they fucking killed that guy. And then he comes out and he's like, what'd you do to me? You know, I'm like, are you kidding me? You know, like you got knives on your
Yeah.
hands. Fuck this guy up. But otherwise, I really liked it. I had a good time watching it. It was a nice double feature. I watched this right after Deadstream. So Puppet
Yeah,
Master 5, I gave it a 7 out of 10.
it's not bad. Yeah, there's I love the fucking is it a hotel? What is it? The
Yeah, the
outside shot that they always
Bodega
use.
Bay.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
always use it in all these movies that are set here. I don't think they're all set in this place, but it's that same static shot that Full Moon reuses over and over again. And I heard one of the editors of this had called it the movie of hallways or something, like because
Yeah.
they're in the
Yeah.
hallway like all the time. But yeah, you got to get them puppets moving, man. You got to have
Mm.
room.
You got to have room.